This is why the player count is just dropping in Black Ops 6. So to be honest, I haven't played Black Ops 6 in quite a while. It's been a few months, and I thought, you know what, I'll go back to Black Ops 6, I'll give it a go again. I know Season 4 has just been released, so, I'll give it a go again. And obviously, the first thing you notice when opening it up, they're bombarding you with like the battle pass with their horrible skins and customization. And one of the first things I actually did was just go into the store to see what skins they've got, if they've maybe improved but I had no hope, and yeah, they haven't improved one bit, and they're still really just as bad as they were a few months ago. And it just ruins the game. You just haven't. The more they release of these stupid skins, the more you just see in game of these just unimmersive skins. Honestly, Call of Duty now just looks so silly while you're playing it. It's just like Fortnite. I've noticed as well, like every time I go on, they just seem to like keep trying to sell you their stuff. Like, not only is it expensive, but like they just keep like pushing it in your face to just try and sell it all the time. Like now when you're customizing your weapon, you can see like a little advertisement of like different mastercrafts and skins for your weapons. But obviously they keep doing this because people keep buying it somehow. And I noticed when I went to a lobby for a game, like next to everyone's name tags, there's no rank anymore, which was really weird. And I've seen some things online, and what I think as well is they hide it because if people see a higher rank, they're more inclined to leave, which is just crazy, to be honest. Like, showing everyone's rank is just like the main part of Call of Duty. You want to show off your like prestige rank and everything, and it just seems like a waste of time prestiging now. Because like no one's going to see your rank, no one's going to see your prestige. Like, that's the whole point of prestiging high, so other people can see like how high your rank is, how long you've played. But when you're in game, you can see people's rank, which makes no sense, because you could just go into the game, see people's rank, and then just leave. Just go straight into another one. The only other thing I did notice as well, if you have already played with them, like in another past game, and you play against them now in another game, you'll see their rank like pop up, so you'll only see ranks of people that you've already played. They sometimes also add like these old great maps from other Black Ops games, which you'd think is a good idea. Like they recently added firing range, and they've always had like Nuketown from the start, which you think that's really great. But to be honest, in my opinion, they're not the same as they were in previous Black Ops games, because them maps which they had in other Black Ops games, they played really well. That's why everyone liked them. But this Black Ops is so fast paced. It's not like the other Black Ops games. So these maps now, they're just way too small. Like Nuketown now is just crazy. Like, it is so fast paced. You're just constantly getting like spawn killed. You just run into an enemy like every single second. And it just wasn't like that in the other Black Ops games. It was obviously small, but it was much slower paced, so it played better. And it's the same as firing range. It just doesn't play as good as it did before. That also brings me on to like all the playlists they have, because the game is so fast paced, and so obviously the playlists, I find myself just playing like gun game, gunfight, or search and destroy, because gun game is like the fun option where you don't mind it being really fast paced going into an enemy all the time. But like gunfight and also search and destroy is a lot slower paced for me, so I like that. Which, to be honest, is one of the reasons why I don't come back to Black Ops now. Like, I'm bored. I don't want to keep playing the same playlists, and if I don't play them playlists, I don't want to keep running to an enemy every second, getting a kill, dying, getting a kill. Like, it's much harder to get a high kill streak now. Like, I have got a high kill streak, but it is obviously much harder. And as I said, I just don't want to keep running to an enemy every second, getting spawn killed. Like, I like it slower paced. That was like how Call of Duty was, not like it is now. But don't get me wrong, I know like Call of Duty's never been like really slow paced like a Battlefield. It's always been a faster paced first person shooter. But as I said, it's never been like it is now in Black Ops 6. It's just crazily super fast paced now. Like, if you play like Black Ops 6 now and you play it alongside Black Ops 1, you will notice the difference. And after playing a few games, I got bored again, and I noticed with this update they didn't really add much. I don't think they add much in any of the updates, and obviously it's mostly just their battle pass, new customization, new skins, trying to sell you stuff. They're just new seasons now. That's all they are, just trying to sell you new stuff. Like, you know, they've added a couple of new maps, I noticed, which I wasn't a big fan, to be honest. I mean, they're not bad, but they're not amazing either. But of course, they do add a few weapons as well in the new updates, which is probably one of the best things, to be honest. But there is one change that I really dislike, which I did in one of the previous updates, is the rocket launcher. Like, to be honest, I always thought it was too weak. You could directly, like, pretty much hit someone with a rocket launcher and not kill them. But now, you don't even have to directly hit them. You can just sort of, like, quite far and they'll kill you, which is annoying. Now you see people running around with rocket launchers. You'll see it on, like, Gunfight. They hit, like, the wall quite far away from you and they instantly kill you. Like, they should have improved them a little bit, but not as much as they are now. Then I also noticed in the latest update that it just randomly crashed going into a game. Like, this has never happened to me in Black Ops 6 since it's been released, and then suddenly, like, this happens. Like, how is that possible? Honestly, I have no idea what Activision are doing right now. And, you know, I heard the next Call of Duty is going to be a Black Ops, you know, which I always really used to get excited when they announced, like, a Black Ops or, you know, Treyarch are making the next Call of Duty game. Honestly, I'm not that excited anymore. I don't know what they're doing, and I have no hope for the next Black Ops game. You know, I can really see why the play count for Black Ops has dropped so much, and there's probably an even bigger list that I haven't even mentioned. To be honest, not only are there so many problems like this in Black Ops, there's so many great games at the moment that people are probably, like, turned to because, you know, they probably don't need to play Black Ops now. There's so many good games at the moment, like Doom, Expedition, Oblivion. People are just probably playing them now because they think, oh, well, I don't want to play Black Ops with all the problems. You know, they're probably bored of it as well. So they just go to other games, and there's no lack of great new games at the moment. So they're pretty much my reasons anyway why I think the Black Ops player count has dropped so low. Let me know if there's any more. There probably is a much bigger list, as I said. Or maybe you think the exact opposite from me. You know, maybe you think Black Ops is still great. They're adding all these great updates. You know, just let me know your thoughts.